Hello,
Hello,
everyone.
hello. Good afternoon, people.
Good afternoon. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much for last week. It was a very educative session. Thanks to all the mentors for being around, for their feedbacks. The mentees sent their thank you messages as they will be using the feedbacks for going on forward. Okay, so we don't waste too much time. I'm just going to allow us get into today's session. So, as we did last week, mentors will be grading each mentees on their work today, and they will be given 3 minutes to send their feedbacks after every presentation. At the end of today's session, three mentees will be eliminated, and then we'll have just 6 mentees left. We'll be going on to the next round. And the next round will be on COVID, the impact of COVID. So they will be developing different topics around COVID. So this week is all about motivation. And if you had seen the mail that was sent, you would have seen that we have very, very wonderful topics around motivation here today. So hi for one, I'm looking forward to today's session. Okay, our first presenter is Musa.
The one that have the certificate. The one that has the certificate.
1 minute.
Do we have enough mentors in the house for the grading?
I'm just gonna check now. 1 minute. Okay, yeah. Dewale, what's your take on it? We've got Ridwan in, we've got AK, we've got Julius in.
I need one second. Let's see.
Okay, can I use this opportunity also to thank every mentee that have participated in this competition so far? You guys have been very, very amazing. In fact, we've got good reports from the mentors, as they are actually very impressed about the work that you guys have done. Just want to use this opportunity to thank you guys for your hard work. Looking at the topics for this second week, it's obvious that a lot of development has been made, a lot of progress have been made. In fact, I was looking at topics and it was really good. We really didn't have to edit much of the topics. Like, most of them were approved just by sending them. So which shows that everyone has developed, more. And that's what this platform is all about. And we are really, 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 really appreciative of you guys. Okay. Dewale, do you want us to still wait a little bit, or you want us to continue? Okay, Shubomi is here.
Okay, welcome back, everyone. This is the second phase, like Dr. Dejumoke said, and we are excited about this, and we can't wait to start. Today, the last one we had.
Okay. Oh, okay.
The last one we had seven mentors, and I believe everyone has gotten their feedbacks by now. So we had 7. Today, I was hoping we would have the same number, but we'll have 6 today, but which is okay as well. We'll start in the second, and the grading is still the same. It's just an aggregate. So yeah, so I just want to thank the mentors for coming here again. Thank the mentees as well for their effort and hard work. The first phase was very, very interesting, and different perspectives, and that's what we are hoping to see again today. So good luck to everyone. Dr. Adejumoke has already said we have 3 people that won't be joining us for the next phase, which is the impact of COVID phase next week, Saturday. So we have 9 participants at the moment, so we'll have 6 next week. So 3 people won't be joining for the next phase. So I'm wishing you guys luck. And so, yeah, Dr. Adejumoke, you can start now.
Okay. Can I just, before we go ahead, just wanted to appreciate those people that were eliminated last week, Tejiri Egbo and Sheriff Awosonya. It wasn't like they were not good presenters. It wasn't like they didn't do enough. It wasn't like they didn't put in hard work into it. It's just that their best wasn't enough for them to go to the next round. And I would also want everyone to learn from them, and and also for us to understand that it is not to bring anybody down. If you don't make it, it doesn't mean that you are not good. It's just that we just have to, the competition has to go on. Yeah. Okay, so we have Dr. Tunde in the house, which makes it very good. Dr. Tunde, welcome. Ridwan, welcome. AK, welcome. Shubomi, welcome. And Julius, welcome. So we have a lot of mentors already in the house. So I'm going to allow Musa to start immediately. Musa, do you want me to project your slides, or you'll be doing it yourself?
I will do it myself.
Perfect. Okay, your time starts.
Can you please enable me to start sharing?
Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah, you go.
Okay. Is my screen visible, please?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Musa Adamu Al-Qasim, a penultimate undergraduate of international studies from Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. So today, I will be discussing on motivation, an end or a means to an end. Yeah. So have you ever imagined, or have you ever given a thought to the wisdom behind Zig Ziglar's assertion about motivation? You need not think far. The following scenario is going to give you a glimpse about that. Once upon a time, there was a young brilliant boy who built an unbeaten record in chess games in his town for half a decade, from 2017 to 2021. One day, a contest was organized in his town. He and some other young boys were set to compete. A large crowd of friends and teachers gathered to witness this intellectual spectacle, and a wise old man, upon hearing the news, decided to travel to witness this competition. Now, the D-Day is here. Let's look at who actually won this debate. So the debate commenced. It actually looked like a level hit at the finishing line, but sure enough, the boy dug deep and caught upon his determination and strength. He took the winning line, and eventually he won the remaining contestants. The crowd were ecstatic and cheered and waved at the boy. The wise man remained still and calm, expressing no sentiments. However, the little boy, on the other hand, was still proud of himself. Another contest was organized, and 2 other young boys were called upon to challenge this same boy. But unfortunately, this same boy won again. The crowd was again ecstatic and cheered. They cheered the boy, and this wise man still remained still and calm, expressing no sentiment. You might be wondering what this man is thinking. Now, let's look at this. Another contest was organized. Then the boy was so proud of himself. He kept shouting, "Feed me more, feed me more." Now, the wise man approached this boy and asked him that, okay, I'm gonna give you two, three more guys to compete against. If you win them, I have something for you. Now, the contest began, and as you are thinking, the boy eventually won again. Now, when he won, something happened, something unusual. The boys he competed against were happy. Then he was lost. Like, how come these guys were happy? So he was kind of confused. Then this old wise man decided to approach him and said, "Hey boy, let's have a discourse." The wise man asked him, "Why are you surprised about the reaction of your competitors? And if for instance you're in their shoes, what will be your reaction?" The boy responded, he was like, "For real, I'm going to feel demoralized and demotivated." The man said, "I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you the reason why these boys were actually happy, or let me say the reason behind your competitors' reaction." He said the first thing is that they didn't see the outcome of the result as a failure, but a means to an end. Then secondly, the result of this contest, they only take it as a what? As a motivational parameter to mention how far they've come and how far they need to go. This is the reason why they were happy. Now, the man decided to tell him something. Okay, look at this. You guys, both you and your competitors have something in common that you don't know. And I'm going to tell you now. The first one is, just like you, their motivation comes from their end goal. Just the way you are thinking that if you win, you'll be motivated. So also, they've already zeroed their mind that if we win, we will be motivated to do more. And if we lose, we will go back and look at, okay, how can we be better? Now, secondly, the outcome of this contest prove to you how far you've come and how far you can go. Same thing it does to them. So now you can see what you have in common. Now, the man decided to eventually tell him the simple truth he promised him earlier. The first truth he said is that you need to change the way you look at things, and the things you look at will definitely change. This is a quotation from Wayne W. Dye. Then second secret is that what motivates you may not incentivize another. Yeah, because if you look at it, what actually motivated the boy was the winning. And to them, it is nothing. Either they win or don't win, they all take it the same way. Good. Now, these are things that the boy was kind of wondering that, okay, why did this man decide to tell me all these things? So he now decided, the old man is telling him, okay, I'm going to tell you the wisdom behind all these rules. The first wisdom here is that it is not always going to be energy and sunshine. Sometimes the days might be gloomy and everything will be dark. Then secondly, if you learn from defeat, definitely you haven't really lost. You learn and you move on. Then success and failure is not permanent. It is dynamic, just the way life itself is dynamic. Now, the man decides to tell him something about the reality. He said, now we're going to look at something about Zig Ziglar. He said, people often say that motivation doesn't last. Well, neither does bathing. That is why we recommend it daily. The reality here is that we need it daily. We bath daily because we get dirty daily. Just the way we eat daily, because our systems require energy daily. In this context, motivation is not different because it does to the mind what the above mentioned stuff did to the body. So lastly, I'm going to leave you with a question, which is going to serve as a companion throughout your journey in life. In what way do you bath to stay motivated in your life and work? This is a thought, food for thought. I would really appreciate your input with regards to this. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Musa. Your presentation was just in time, just in time. Thank you very much. Do you want people to give you feedback on the question, or you just want us to
Yeah,
move
sure.
on?
I would appreciate that.
Okay, if anyone would like to say something about Musa's presentation, just quickly, 2 minutes, while the mentors send in their grades for Musa. Please, can you send your grades to Dewale instead of posting it on the general chat? Okay, can we have mentees contribute to Musa's presentation? Just say a quick word on his food for thought. Musa, do you want to project your last
Sorry,
slides? Do you want to
can I just
project your
quickly
last
say
slide?
that?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
First of all, good presentation by Musa again. I think for me, what keeps me motivated is the fact that I have a long-term goal. So if you set your eyes on something that is way, 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 far ahead of you, I think every day you just have to be disciplined enough to keep your mind straight to what you actually want to achieve. So it's fair enough to say, as a Christian, you wake up every day to pray. But as a Christian, if you believe in God, even if you don't pray every day, you know that you believe in God, and like getting to heaven is your ultimate goal. So whatever you do, every little step you take every day has to be aligned towards, that eternal life. So that's just my example of how, I basically stay motivated.
Thank you
Yeah,
very
thank
much,
you again for
AK.
your
Thank you
input.
very much. I think for me also, I like to have my eyes on the final goal. I like to, I stay motivated by just looking at the final goal. Even when I feel weary or I feel down or I feel not motivated, the moment I refresh my brain about what was the gain, what's my end goal at the end of the day, it just keeps me moving and it keeps me motivated. So for me, that's it. That's it.
Exactly. Same thing for me as well. I think the end goal actually usually motivates me a whole lot, because I do think that at the end of the day, whatever the outcome might be, I would definitely try to work on it. If it is good, fine. I would think of how to make it better. And if it turns out the other way around, it is still something that will keep motivating me to go for more. So the end goal is actually a great source of motivation. So thank you all for your input.
Yeah, thank you very much, Musa. Okay, I want us to go to the next, go on to the next presenter. Dewale, do you have all the feedbacks in and the gradings in? Okay, all right. Our next presenter is Habib. Habib, are you ready for us?
Hello, good afternoon. I'm ready.
Okay. All right. If you're ready, I'm ready.
All right. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Habibola Abdurazak, a penultimate student of Ahmadu Bello University's area. I'll be talking to you this afternoon on motivation, a key to unlock opportunities when the future appears blurry. This topic was selected because it represents what is obtainable in our present contemporaries.
Can you make the slide full screen, please?
All right. 1 minute. All right. Despite the development recorded in our contemporary society, the future is still beautifully blurred. It is because technology showed us the beauty, but the blurriness comes from the fact that we are uncertain about our position in this future. The society itself has a way of crushing pressure on us to always think ahead, as opportunity still exists despite the blurriness. This is the story of a young man whom future appears blocked and uncertain. Mike is a first-year undergraduate student studying economics. He has enrolled in the university for a purpose and to meet societal expectation. As a self-sponsored student, he has the following needs to cater for: the tuition fee, accommodation, and other expenses. A question for all: what are the realities surrounding your existence? Just like every one of us, having some circumstances and realities surrounding our existence. Mike's fear has always been about his days after undergraduate life, as there are a lot of unemployed graduates, according to the data from Nigerian Bureau of Statistics. We have 33% of the labor force staying without job. That represents about 23.2 million people. The economy is currently fragile. The poverty rate standing at 40.1% according to Nigerian Bureau of Statistics report for 2019 reported in 2020. Unemployed youth embrace cybercrime, and there are recurring cases of insurgencies. Indeed, the future is blurry. Before I move on, I would like everyone to ask themselves, what are the realities surrounding their existence? Mike embraced the blow by deciding to unlock opportunity for himself. He realized no one will pick him up other than himself. He chose to build capacity and stay globally competent, as he believed the world will pay for that in multiple folds. McKinsey Research Institute, in their report on motivation, they asserted that during time of crisis, individual purpose and social realities can be a guidepost that helps people face up to uncertainty and navigate them better. In agreement to that, the motivation behind Mike's struggle comes from the reality that prevails in his environment, and he's so keen on changing the narrative. In a bid to stay globally competent and build capacity, Mike ventured in a lot of extracurricular activities. And at the end of his freshman year, he secured an internship with a financial service firm and leveraged on networking as it is instrumental to his growth. Upon the completion of his internship in this firm, Mike gave back to the society by heading the corporate finance division of the student finance club he worked with on campus. He put his experience into use by anchoring several sessions, built the core values of the corporate firms in other students in order to create a synergy and position them well to be a fit for opportunity in the finance world. The clarion call. At the end of his sophomore years, Mike received a call from a lecturer, the faculty advisor, informing him that he was among the 4 selected students to represent the school in a global competition. He seized the opportunity to gain practical experience, network with experts in the industry, and his team attained a milestone, the highest so far for the school in the history of competition. In his penultimate year, the blur are fading away. Mike got awarded the Nigeria Higher Education Foundation Scholar, a program which serves as a reward for students with mind-blowing extracurricular activities record and students who have contributed significantly to their community. He also got promoted to a senior analyst role in the Student Finance Club. He had received a letter of recommendation from the Vice Chancellor of the university attesting to his capabilities and qualities. Also, he has a more professional looking CV due to the fact that he has interesting experience to add to it. A thought about the future ends with a smile on Mike's face as he's still hungry for more. In the final year, Mike applied for CFA Institute scholarship, which is available for final year students who have great academic record and keen interest in finance. The outcome was great as he was among the few beneficiaries of the scholarship for the year. Now to the biggest surprise. Have you ever been rewarded for being tenacious? After several attempts by Mike to get into Bank of America, he received a congratulatory message from the bank informing him that he will be joining the firm as an incoming investment banking intern. He had compounded the experience year on year and finally got in. A man with zero chance of success become full of options. I will conclude by telling every one of us this: a blurry future influenced by the reality surrounding our existence is not the end. The onus is on everyone to pick motivation and fight through the block. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Abib. Wonderful presentation. Thank you very, very much. Okay, can we have mentors sending their grades to Diwali? I'm just gonna give you guys 3 minutes. Asiya, are you ready for us? Do you want me to project your slides or you want to project it yourself? Okay, Asiya, would you want me to share your slides or you want to share it yourself?
Yes, I would want to share.
Asiya, I can't hear you well.
Okay, please. Share for
Yeah, I can hear you, but you're breaking a bit. Oh shit. Oh my goodness.
I'm able to do that. Can you?
Yeah, you're breaking. You're breaking a bit.
Please don't change my device.
You're still breaking.
Okay, so can you give me some seconds?
Okay,
Let me
that's
change
fine.
my device.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, I'm going to allow the next presenter present while Sia sorts out a network issue. So we have Azana coming up next. Azana, are you ready for us?
Yes, I am.
Okay, perfect. All right, do you want me to share your slides or you want to share it yourself?
Yes, please share my slides.
All right. Okay, 1 minute. Dewale, are we ready for Azana? Or you want us to give you a little bit of time? All right, Azana, your time starts now.
All right. I can't. Okay. Good day. I am Asana Rama, a student of the Department of Industrial Design, Ahmadu University's area. My topic is sourcing for the right motivation as a creative. Next, please. We are not just a piece of creation, we are all creators. I hope you believe that. Having the ability to generate or recognize ideas, alternatives, or possibilities that may be useful in solving problems, communicating with others, and entertaining ourselves and others. Next, please. It is very satisfying to get a rush of unexpected inspiration, fueling a productive streak. That's when like an idea pops in your head, you feel motivated to begin. But unfortunately, that doesn't happen every day. It's not every day we get motivated. If you wait around for the right mood to strike, each time you wanted to produce a new project, you might be waiting for a very long time. Learning how to source for motivation as a creative, it's a very valuable skill to have in order to prevent creative block. Next, please. Creative block. As a director in my current job, my daily task entails creating and heading design projects. They can be in form of logo creation, posters, print jobs, animation, and even 3D models. Naturally, this is a day-to-day challenge for me that I need to succeed in, as I'm required to produce new things with new ideas, avoiding as much as possible to reuse anything that I've created previously. So here's my current problem. How can I generate new ideas that can be translated into appealing graphics every day? Having creative blocks or a barrier to inspiration simply the inability to access one's internal creativity. Allow me to emphasize on this a bit. Those in the creative professions, writers, musicians, performers, artists, are often more likely to be affected by creative blocks, which can last for days, weeks, months, or even years. When creative blocks surfaces, they can affect work performance and well-being. And then it might be caused by a number of reasons. Many writers, artists, designers, and musicians reported periods of stored creativity at some point in their careers. It can also occur as a result of one's inner critique. When you criticize your work too much, having the need for perfection, some may fear that their work or ideas will not be appreciated and hold back out of fear of rejection or failure. A fear of the unknown may also be the factor. And probably the person lost a loved one, or then maybe there was the end of a relationship for him. And then the lack of financial support. If there is limited resources, it may hinder you from reaching your full potential. So how do I prevent this? How can I keep making good works? How can I source for the right motivation? Next, please. Surround yourself with other creatives. Hang around with them. Look out for meetup groups and clubs. Find other creators you can relate with and that tally with your own form of creativity. They can inspire you to achieve more. Find new sources of inspiration. Visit places that inspire you. Listen to your favorite music. Just take a walk with no destination. Allow time for self-care. Listen to your body. Take a break. Have a shower. Eat good food, please. Visit the spa. Then you should maybe play an experiment. Try out new things like knitting, skating, and the likes. Break bounds of your art. Don't be afraid to break rules. Just feel free to express yourself and let your creativity bloom. As you do so, you motivate other people around you, you solve problems, things around you will function properly. There's a short animation clip below that will aid your understanding. I implore you all to watch and listen closely. Please, can you kindly play the video? Can you all hear it? Okay,
I can't hear the sound, but
seems like I'm the only
you
one
can.
hearing it.
You're the only one hearing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry
Can I
about
share my screen? I think the video is on my
that. Okay,
phone.
okay. Yeah, you can.
You have to share for me, please.
All right. Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah, you can share your screen.
All right, thank you. All right, can you all hear it now?
So just before you share your screen, right, there's a button at the bottom left that says play sound. You need to click on that before you then play the video so we can hear. Yeah.
At the bottom left?
Yeah. So when you click share screen, right, just before you share, just before you click the share button, at the bottom left, you should see a button that says play with sound, I think.
I've started sharing my screen, but I'm playing the video now, but I can't see anything.
Just before you play the video, actually, you have to hold on just before you share. So when you click share screen, on the next page that opens, right, you will see the button just by the bottom left that says play with sound. You just have to tick it. It's like a box.
Okay, wait. Let me share it again from my hand and see.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
All right.
Let's see if it plays this time. Can everyone hear? Can you hear it? No.
Yeah.
You guys can hear it, right? No.
We can hear it now. We can hear it now.
Oh, okay.
Where's the line? It just went away.
I'm going to take it back a bit so you guys can watch it.
Oh no! I'm lost! Where's the line? It just went away. What do I do? Help! We'll be stuck here forever.
Do not panic! Do not panic! We are trained professionals. Now stay calm. We are going around the leaf.
Around the leaf? I don't think we can do that.
Oh, nonsense. This is nothing compared to the twig of 93. That's it. That's it. Good. You're doing great. There you go. There you go. Watch my eyes. Don't look away. And here's the line again.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Soil.
Good job, everybody.
Oh my, there's quite a gap, Mr. Soil. Shouldn't we tell the Queen?
I don't think we need to involve the Queen in this. She's got enough on her plate already. Training her daughter.
Oh yes, Princess Ada, the poor dear.
All right. Thank you. So sorry for the old glitches. But then, all right, this animation just illustrated how creativity is a fuel for motivation. How the rest of the ants felt they were stuck and started panicking. And a professional who possesses creativity that has his problem-solving skills and leadership skills help them out of the situation by motivating them and then telling them they can do it. And then this increases their productivity. It helps in the focus growth of whatever you're focused on. Just like at the end, where the lady ant felt he should tell it to the queen. And he said there is no need because she has a lot on her plate. This is the benefit of creativity. If you are heading a company and you have creatives around you, problems will be solved easily without you attending to it. They would have been stuck there if Mr. Soul didn't help them out, feeling less motivated to work. The project they are working on will also not be completed, which limits their productivity. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Arama. Like this is really good, and I personally also got one thing or two from the animation that you shared. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Can we have the mentors give their feedback? Okay. Is as Asi are ready for us now?
Now, yes, I'm ready.
Okay. All right. You said you want to share your screen yourself.
Can you hear me? Can
Yeah,
you
we
hear
can
me
hear you.
very well
Perfect.
now?
Perfect. 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 Okay. You would like to share your screen
Okay.
yourself, right?
Yes, I would like to share my screen.
All right. We'll give the mentors a couple of
Yes.
minutes.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can. We'll give the mentors a couple of minutes while they send in their grades. Then I will tell you when to start. All right. Your time starts now. You can begin.
All right. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Today I'm going to be presenting self-motivation, the winning attitude of a university student. Imagine a student receive a graduate scholarship from, a dream university, a full-time offer also maybe from a dream company and a dream role, and BGS award, that's Best Graduating Student Award, and also other awards like NHEF award or Dean award. This is the story of Anne, who used the power of self-motivation as a winning attitude to become a successful student. My name is Asia Suleiman, a 200 level student from Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, Kaduna, Nigeria. Before I go to the story of Anne, I will define what self-motivation is. Self-motivation, according to Albert and Dale, is the reliance on the intervening processes of goal setting and self-evaluating reaction to one's own behavior. Now let's look at these three things: goal setting, self-evaluating reactions, and one's own behavior. I want to take a look at these three things and how Anne was able to use these three things for to become a successful student. I mean, these three winning attitude. This is Anne's story. Anne was from a very poor background, having no access, to good facilities unlike other girls. And so she struggles to have a very good education. When she was young, Anne's father suffered from a chronic ailment, and due to their financial status, her father died. And because they couldn't afford the hospital bill. But before his death, Anne's father usually every morning tells her that she should have a dream, a big dream. This was the slogan to her daughter every morning. He told her about the word of Andrew Carnegie, that people who are unable to motivate themselves, their other talents is. Now, Anne usually miss her dad every day because he was so precious to him and unique. He was also a guiding light throughout his life and a strength when she was weak. Now, Anne had to think about all what her dad usually tell her: to have a big dream, to have a dream, and not just a dream, a big dream. Then she said to herself one day, only as high as I reach can I grow. Only as far as I see can I go. Only as deep as I look can I see. Only as much as I dream can I be. This is Anne's story. Anne doesn't want to settle with mediocrity, just like the way her father said. And so she had to change her story. She had to help her mother, who is now a widow. And she has to also live the kind of life her father wanted her to live. How was Anne able to change the story? Using the power of self-motivation and the elements of self-motivation, Anne changed her attitude to a winning attitude, and she became a successful student. Over the next slide, I'll be showing you how Anne was able to become a successful student, as I've earlier mentioned. Anne was ready to set goals beyond her reach. That was her personal drive. And what drive by personal drive? Reset mindset are far more likely to achieve in whatever sphere they choose. So it doesn't matter that Anne was unable to get, she had to struggle to have a very good education. And to change her personal drive. And what did she do? And so she had to be organized, manage her time well, and
I see, we can't hear you anymore.
avoid the distractions because she's not like other girls. And what do I mean by that? Optimism is the ability to look on the bright side and think positively, while resilience is the ability to bounce back after a setback and keep positive in the face of challenge. Now, Anne doesn't have to cry over a spilled milk. Her father is dead, is no more, there's nothing but she had to do something. Like, she had to be optimistic, and she had to be resilient to this her family's misery. And this was what Anne used as a winning attitude. Anne was committed. It certainly makes sense that Anne's commitment, having an awareness about where she wished to be and an understanding of how she planned, is a vital part of a winning story. In the word of Albert Einstein, if you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. Anne was committed to a goal. She didn't go to her father's family to beg or to ask for money. All she did was to tie to a goal. Initiative. Anne was able to effectively take advantage of opportunities when they occur. That is risk management, the right opportunities. And secured internship, both paid and unpaid. She acquired the necessary skills that is necessary. I mean, that is relevant for her age. She overcame the fear of the unknown. This is Anne. The story is evaluates ongoing performance by making self-satisfaction conditional on a certain level of performance. Individuals until their performances achieves internal standards, both the anticipated satisfaction for matching attainments and the dissatisfactions with insufficient ones provide incentives for self actions. This is by Bandura and Trunk in 1981. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Asiya. Aside the fact that your network was breaking a little bit, and I'm hoping that the mentors don't judge you on that. I personally feel that your presentation was really, really good. It was fantastic. It was fantastic. Thank you very much for such a wonderful one. We're gonna give the mentors 3 minutes to send in their grades.
Wait. Mute your microphone.
Okay. Khalid, you are next in line. Would you
Thank
like
you
me
very
to
much.
share your screen or you want to share your screen yourself?
I would want to share my screen. Thank you.
Okay, all right, all right. While you prepare for your screen sharing and your presentation, we'll give the mentors around 1 minute for them to just round up and send in the grades.
Okay. What?
Well, she called me from leave.
All right, Khalid, we'll have you now.
All right. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. Today I'll be talking about keeping one's eyes on the end goal or objective. Is it sufficient enough to keep one motivated? Before I move on, my name is Abdulkadir Salihu. I'm a student of economics from Ahmadu Bello University area. So normally you'd agree with me that one of the most popular tip people give when it comes to motivation is keep your eyes on the end goal. But then the question pops up that keep your eyes on the end goal. Is it always sufficient enough to keep one motivated? Because people are different and situations are different. So there are situations where I believe keeping your eyes on the end goal is not sufficient enough. So in the course of 10 minutes, I'll be talking about other things in addition to keeping your eyes at the end goal, the other things you could do that could keep you motivated and could push for your motivation. So I would use a scenario. It's more of a personal experience. I did use a scenario of a young chap. Once upon a time, they lived a young boy. Amongst other beautiful things, he's very intelligent, highly enthusiastic, very much focused. He's highly motivated. He's very optimistic about the future. He had goals and he was putting in the efforts to achieve these goals. And importantly, he was very self-conscious of himself. So moving on, he moved on with life. He grew older. He got into the university. And all of a sudden, he realized that the traits which he had from a younger age, he didn't have them anymore. And so quickly, remember I told you he's self-conscious and he realized that he's losing his motivation and he quickly assessed his past experiences and activities to ascertain why he's losing motivation. Among the top things which he identified was that his peers were more of no future, they have no future ambition. And when I say no future ambition, I mean, they are not necessarily bad people. They don't necessarily do the smoking, the clubbing on a consistent basis, but they don't necessarily have a desire to push for the future. They're just living life the way they see it. That's where the kind of peers which he has. And then his environment was so much characterized with cyber crimes, the popular thing we call school as scam. And then when he looks at the state of the country, headlines every day, looking at the news, it's so discouraging. Insecurity, corruption, everywhere was just flooded with negativity. Like the country wasn't helping matters. And so the major thing we take away from this slide is that be very self-conscious about yourself, and from time to time, give yourself periodic assessments. It can even be weekly or even daily. This helps you to keep track of yourself. And so when you're losing motivation, you move. And so let's do a quick exercise. In 1 minute, I just want a random answer from anyone, a yes or no response. So tell me, looking at these things which I highlighted in the previous slide, do you think at this stage this chap is in currently, do you think focusing on the end goal alone can help him keep being motivated? Just you can unmute yourself quickly, as many people as possible within 1 minute.
No.
What do you think?
No.
Okay, thank you. Any other person?
No.
Okay. All right. Any other person?
I'll say yes.
No.
I believe you
All
can
right, thank
still
you very much.
keep eyes on the end goal.
Okay, thank you, Ukman. Any other one?
I'm saying no.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you.
I'm
Let's
saying
move on.
yes. I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
And the reason why I'm saying yes is
All
there's
right.
something there's that why factor. So
Okay.
so the why factor is basically how much you want to achieve what you want to achieve. If your end goal is so strong to you, trust me, you would motivate yourself and you push yourself to get things done. But obviously, different cases, it
All
varies.
right. All right. Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you very much for your response, everyone. So moving on. So having this chap now, he has identified his problem, right? And so what are the set of things he needs to do? He knows he's losing motivation. The first set of things he needs to do is, this is where mentors help. I think you should reach out to mentors, and not just your mentors, amongst your peers. They are out of your peers, they are outstanding ones, people you could walk up to and tell them about your problem and see how they could get you motivated. The major thing you take out of this is that whenever you find yourself in trouble or you losing it, always reach out. When you need help, seek help. Because if you don't seek help, that's where depression begins to pop out. And so moving on, so I highlighted some tips which I believe, in addition to focusing on the end goal, it's going to help you build motivation. The first thing I think you should do is restructure your peers. That is the people you keep around you. And when you do these, two sets of things are likely to happen. They either listen to you or they don't. If they listen to you, fine, you all move on to the path of personal growth. And if they don't, there's nothing wrong with going solo. And the motivation here is that you want to keep optimism and positive vibes around you. Because the people you live around with them, they influence your life, whether you know it or not, subconsciously or subconsciously. The next thing I think the chap needs to do is have long-term goals, right? And when you have your long-term goals, you split them into bits. And once you split them into bits, at every point, once you achieve every little achievement, you reward yourself. And because why I emphasize this is the motivation here is that there's this normal and natural instinct about human being that when you achieve something, there's this feeling you get. You feel this zeal to push more. And so at every little wins, celebrate it. Even if no one celebrates you, celebrate yourself. So moving on, one thing which it has really helped me very well is I read books a lot, self-help books, and the books which has been very helpful to me is Talent Has Been Overrated, The 4 Agreements, and The Compound Effect. So when you read books, basically it makes you realize that you're not alone on the journey. Like there are a lot of things you could do to keep yourself motivated. And then another thing that you could do, which could be of help, is watch success videos, videos from successful people. And the ones I would recommend is My Worst Day by Forbes Africa TV, by Peace Heights. So really, once you watch these videos, it gives you that zeal. It makes you realize that, yeah, your hard work isn't going to go in vain. There's still possibilities that you're going to achieve what you want to achieve. The motivation here is that reading books and watching these videos build your subconscious mind towards optimism, positivism, and gives you that zeal for success. Moving on, another thing that could help is try to build your self-esteem. And how can you try to build your self-esteem? By exercising. A lot of research has shown that exercising, particularly in the morning, helps build your self-esteem. And another thing that helps build your self-esteem is self-affirmation. I'll give you an example of Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali always say this thing, I'm the greatest. And he started saying I am the greatest even before he realized he was. If you get the logic, he had already started saying he was the greatest before he realized he was the greatest. And the motivation here is that it enables you to resist peer pressure. And then the next thing is commit yourself. By committing yourself, I'll give you a simple example. Let's say you have a professional exam to write, expensive one. How you could commit yourself is simply pay the fees. And trust me, no one will tell you, you sit down to study, and then you take both steps as well. Moving on, last but not the least is have time to cool off, have time to relax, because all work and no play makes Habib a boring chap. Being bored, being not cool enough alone is exhausting on its own, really. And so moving on, I would wrap up with this quote that says, you don't get results by focusing on the end result. You get results by focusing on the action that produce results. Thank you very much for listening. It's a wrap.
Thank you very much, Khalid. Wonderful presentation there, just in time and quite engaging also. Thank you very much. I'm going to give the mentors a few minutes to send in their grades. Sorry guys, I don't want us to take too much time, and that's why I'm not allowing the mentors to start giving everyone individual feedbacks. But be rest assured that all their feedbacks are being sent in and they are being recorded, and you guys will get your feedbacks. If you after the session need a one-on-one session with any of the mentors, obviously you can get in touch with Dewale, and they would be able to link you up with um, the mentor that you want to have a one-to-one talk with. Okay, our next presenter is Ibrahim. Ibrahim, are you ready for us? Would you like me to share your slides, or you want to do it yourself? Is Ibrahim here?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Would you want to share your slides, or you want me to share your slides for you?
I will share it.
Is the chicken out part of the presentation? Is the chicken part of the presentation? Oh my goodness. Thank you, mentors, for thus far. Thank you very much, you guys. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you for the good job that is being done behind the scene. Thank you very much. Are you ready, Ibrahim? Diwali, are you ready?
Yeah. Can you see my slide?
Yeah, we can see.
Hello, can you see my slide?
Yes, we can see your slides. Can you give the mentors just a minute? Let them wrap up with their grading for Khalid.
Okay.
I'll let you know when to start. Are you ready? Okay. Just a minute. Okay, while we wait, I would like to welcome I would like to welcome Sir S.A. Awosonya. Welcome, sir. Welcome to our session today. It's nice having you around. Thank you very much for being around. Okay, Ibrahim, your time starts now.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ibrahim Taddin, a 200 level student of Ahmad Bello University, the department.
We can't hear you. Ibrahim, are you there? Hello? Ibrahim, we can't hear you.
The topic self-motivation, the main driver of. So I don't know if every one of us.
Okay. Ibrahim, do you want to start over again because we didn't hear you the other time? Do you want me to give you a minute for you to fix your network or your speaker?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, I'm sorry. So, my name is Ibrahim Tajuddin, a student of
We can't see your
a
screen
200
anymore.
level student of.
We can't see your screen anymore.
Wow. Okay.
Do you want me to share it for you from my hand?
Okay, you can share it.
Okay. Okay. There you go.
Okay. Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ibrahim Tajuddin, a 200 level student of Ahmadu Bello University, Department of Economics. So this afternoon, I will be talking on self-motivation, the main driver of success. Next slide, please. Next slide. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, 1 minute. Give me a minute. I think there's
Okay.
what is it called in it? So it's not playing directly. I'm gonna share this way. So there you go. Yeah. Okay, you can.
Can I go on?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can go on.
Can I go on?
Yes, you can go on. You can go on. Sorry about that.
Okay. So going forward, let's start with the meaning of self-motivation. A lot of presenter they've talked about self-motivation. So, but I will try to give a practical definition of self-motivation, or let me say a working definition of self-motivation. So I say self-motivation is the ability to follow through on making a positive change in life without giving up. Also, I can say self-motivation requires that you believe in yourself, you stay inspired, and keep going despite setbacks. So this is my own working definition of self-motivation. Next slide. The next slide. The next slide. Okay, so here now we have the elements of self-motivation. So according to Daniel Goleman, the author of the popular book on emotional intelligence, he identified 4 elements that makes up motivation. The next slide. So the first one is the personal drive to achieve. So when talking about the personal drive, so I'll run through a book written by Dr. Carol S. Dweck named Mindset. So in this book, the author categorized human being in two categories. We have those people with fixed mindset and those one with growth mindset. So is the fixed people the people with fixed mindset are those kind of people that believes that skills can't be upgraded. So they believe everything has been fixed. So while the other people, the other set or the second category of people, the people with the growth mindset, they believe that nothing is impossible. They can achieve anything in as much they have the desire, the drive to achieve that particular goal. So the next slide. So here I'm having commitment. So you see in commitment, so commitment, according to the word of Albert Einstein, so he says, and I quote, if you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. So talking about commitment, you see that most of us, we need something in our lives to aim towards. So having an awareness of where you wish to be and an understanding of how you plan to get them is a vital part of staying motivated. So the next slide. So here we have initiative. So talking about initiative, we are talking about the ability to take advantage of opportunities when they occur. So, and here we have something of courage and good risk management. As we all know, taking risk increase the chances of getting to a high level, say high risk, high benefit. The next slide. Hello, the next slide. So here, the last element I'm having here is optimism. Talking about optimism, so we are talking about the hope and the courage that you have to achieve a particular goal. You can see from these two pictures above, I'm having one I'm saying, okay, I can't, I can, and I will. So if you believe in yourself that, okay, this particular goal, no matter the setback you face in achieving a goal, you believe you can, and surely you will. So here, to put this in a scenario, so here is a story of a young guy who his goal is to be a student of Ahmadu Bello. So the first year he attempted the post-UTME, after which the guy passed the average mark, but he was not given he was not admitted into the school. But the result of having that goal, so he put all the 4 elements in place. So the following year, he scored more, so he had a higher score than the previous year, and as a result, he later became a student of Ahmadu Bello. So after having combined all these elements I've mentioned, after having combined it together. So here now, we move on to the next slide, which is what are the drivers of success. The next slide, please. So the first one here, I'm having the desire. So the desire, we can say desire, passion, for you to, the desire or passion you have to achieve a goal. So after that, we have the hard work. So it is one thing to have that desire that I want to achieve this, but it is another thing to work towards achieving or actualizing that goal. So the second one is the hard work. And the last one is perseverance. So perseverance is the ability you have to face problems, to face challenges on the path of achieving that goal you set for yourself. In any goal we have, it is a must for you to face a lot of challenges, or it is a must for you to face challenge or challenges. So, but that perseverance you have will keep you going. So here I'm having something of saying perseverance. The previous slide, please. The previous slide. So perseverance is not a long race. It is many short races, one after the other. So here, the next slide, please. So I will conclude with the word of the biggest boy in the world. I hope everyone will agree with me that this guy is the biggest boy in the world. So he says, if something is important enough, even if the odds are stacked against you, you will do it. So this is a word by Elon Musk. So the richest man in the world. So here I say thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim. Can I just quickly say this before we move on to the next presentation? If you guys can reduce more on the effects that you use for your PowerPoint presentation slides, actually, even in real life, effect doesn't score you marks, to be honest. It's more of your content and your slides design in particular. The effect doesn't, because in most cases, especially when it's an online presentation, we don't even see the effect, and it only delays things. And that's one of the problems I had with Ibrahim's slide. There was a lot of effect on it, so he was a little bit difficult navigating through the slides. So if you can, except it's really necessary and you are using it to drive home a point, if it's not, if you can do without it, it will be of much help, because there's no score for effects. There's no score for gray animation that you put in your PowerPoint slides. Okay, I just said I wanted to chip that in. Okay, thank you very much, Ibrahim. That was a wonderful presentation. Thank you so much. I thoroughly enjoyed your quotes, and that was educational. Okay, can we have the grades from the mentors, please? Okay, can you send in the grade for Ibrahim? Our next presenter is Lukman. Lukman, would you like me to share your slides or you want to share it yourself?
I'll share it myself.
Okay, all right. Before you start, we are going to just give the mentors a little bit of time for them to send in their final grades for Ibrahim.
All right.
All right. Are you ready? Okay, we have a couple of mentors that have still not sent in their grades. We're waiting for you guys. Please also don't forget to send in your feedbacks as well. We collect all feedbacks and send them back to the mentees. We would also have at the final session, we also have a few minutes to give a general feedback to everyone before the grades are announced. But please do send in your individual feedback so that we can send them. If there's one thing I want them to take out of this contest is self-development, and the only way we can achieve that is by us sending them individual feedbacks. Okay, are we ready? All right, Lukman, your time starts now.
Good day, everyone. My name is Lukman Yusuf, a sophomore student of insurance from Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. My topic for presentation today is tough times, staying motivated as a young Nigerian. According to an article published on Bloomberg on March 15, 2021, Nigeria's unemployment rate hits 33%, now second highest worldwide. Nigeria's inflation rate recently rose to 17.33% in February 2021. The figure is the highest recorded in 4 years, says nairametrics.com. Nigeria exceeds India to become the poverty capital of the world in 2019, with over 89 people living in extreme poverty.
Lukman, sorry, Lukman, I'm actually very interested in your presentation, so I'm going to have to share it from my hand because it's in small screen, and I really don't want you to lose marks for that. If it's either you can make it big screen or do you want me to share it from my hand?
All right, maybe you should share it from your end.
Okay, all right.
I just hope it doesn't affect the formatting.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Let me try it then. We see how it works.
All right.
Yeah. Let me
All
just
right.
try it. Yeah. One minute. Coming 1 minute. Okay, keeps coming. I think it has to do with this formatting. Oh shit. Not sure. It's not staying on my system. Oh shit. I don't know why it's not staying.
Tell him to try full screen from his end.
Okay, no. I think you should show now. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to start now? Lukman.
All right, I can start now.
Yeah.
All right. So just like I said, my topic for presentation today is tough times, staying motivated as a young Nigerian. Next slide, please. According to an article published on Bloomberg on March 15, 2021, Nigeria's unemployment rate hits 33%, now second highest worldwide. Nigeria's inflation rate recently rose to 17.33% in February 2021. The figure is the highest recorded in 4 years, says nairametrics.com. Nigeria exceeds India to become the poverty capital of the world in 2019, with over 89 million people living in extreme poverty. It is estimated that over 50% of the Nigerian people live below poverty line. Next slide, please. These are just some of the ill news about Nigeria that pops up anytime you switch on your mobile device. And you will all agree with me that these happenings in one way or the other affects the Nigerian people. Next slide, please. Next slide, please.
Do you want the one after this one?
Yes, the one after this one.
Okay.
can't see the screen any longer. Okay. Okay, now to the big question. Next slide. How does a young Nigerian stay motivated? How does a young Nigerian stay motivated in the face of these challenges? Next slide, please. My name is Lukman. Next slide. My name is Lukman. I graduated in the year 2014 as the best student in my set. A scholarship intended for me wow. Previous slide, please. A scholarship intended for me was diverted. I failed to secure admission in the university despite having high JAM scores. I enrolled at the Monotechnic in the year 2016, graduated as the best student in the department 2018 without any incentive. I got admitted to ABU Zaria in the year 2019, and I am currently maintaining a good grade. I'm an aspiring leader, a finance enthusiast, and a poet. Next slide. Despite the harsh conditions, previous slides, despite the harsh conditions and unfavorable situations, these are how I managed to stay motivated. Next slide. Number one, I am always positive. Irrespective of what happens, ASU strike, high inflation rate, failures, I try to see the brighter side. I believe in the fact that there are always two sides to a coin. No matter my mistakes or trouble, I always have a lesson to learn. During the ASU strike, instead of just sitting and murmuring at home, I undertook the quest for self-development. And that was what led me to Daytopia. Next slide, please. Number two, I have strong urge to break records. There is no doubt that Nigerians are great people. The floor is open to anyone who actually wants to counter that. But as an individual and as a young Nigerian, doing the unusual, breaking the odds, this has been my conviction. I refuse to see limits to what I can achieve. Barack Obama became the first Black president of the USA in 2007. Ngozi Uwela became the first woman to be elected DG of WTO in 2021. What is my excuse? Next slide, please. Number three, I have role models. I ain't being no copycats. All I did was having someone to look up to, given the fact that I didn't have access to mentors at my fingertips before now. These people I consider as role models inspire me to aim higher. Their stories fuel my hope and butter my courage. If they can do it, I believe I can do it too. Next slide, please. Number four, the strong determination to succeed. Those of us who have read the story of Colonel Harland Sanders, owner of Kentucky Fried Chicken, will understand what it is to have the desire to succeed despite the situation you might find yourself. For those who haven't read it, I would suggest to check it out probably after the presentation. Success is not found, it is earned. I have every reason to want to succeed. The love for my nation, the love for myself, and the love for the people around me. I believe in the possibility of a change narrative. This perception of mine are among the things that have kept me going. Number five, next slide, please. I am my number one motivation. Self-love, they say, is the best love. I hope you all agree with me. In a situation where there are no incentives or no motivation, remember who you are. We are the closest persons to ourselves. No one understands me better than I understand myself. I don't succumb to thoughts that I don't deserve something because of whatever reason. The voice has always been, come on, man, you can do it. Next slide, please. In conclusion, permit me to conclude with a statement from one of my role models. Remembering the countless hours he had spent in the gym, Muhammad Ali once said, I hated every minute of training, but I said, don't quit. suffer now, and live the rest of your life a champion. On this note, I challenge you all on this call, on this presentation, to don't quit, suffer now, and live the rest of your life a champion. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lukman. Guys, please, talking to the mentors now, can you please pardon the technical difficulties we have in the change of slides? And that's because I didn't want you guys to have the small screen that I was projecting from his end. All right, so can you please send Lukman's grade with the pardon of the technical issues that we have, and that was totally my fault. Thank you very much. Lukman, thank you very much. It was a wonderful presentation. I really enjoyed it. And I like the fact that your work was referenced. I'm sorry, I just had to say this because this is something that I didn't see in all the other people's slides, but I like the fact that you had references to your work, and that was good. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to give the mentors 3 minutes to send in their grades for Lukman, and then we move. So we have 2 presenters left. We have Abdul Rahman and Nora. So we have Abdul Rahman next. Okay. Abdurrahman, are you ready for us? Do you want me to share your slides or you like to project it yourself?
Okay, I'll project it myself.
All right. Okay. While you prepare for your slides for your presentation, we'll give the mentors a minute to send in Lukman's grade.
Dark.
Okay.
Hello, can I start?
Yes, you can start now. Sorry, you can start now.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Abdurrahman Alfa, a student of Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. So today I'll be taking you around the topic, money, is it the best way to motivate an employee in our contemporary society? Basically, one of the things that caught my attention by choosing this topic was today everybody will find ourselves that we could either be an employee or employee of labor or employer of labor. So the issue of money being a motivator of employee motivator has been something that has been in debate by its scholars in past. So this is a very crucial issue and I will just try to take you around the issue of motivator or not.
Abdurrahman, we have a slight issue with your network. We can't hear you well. Okay. While Abdurrahman fixes his network issues, I think I'm going to allow Nora to go. Before the Abdurrahman, are you ready for us?
Yeah, I had an issue of network for a bit. Sorry.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, do you want to start afresh here?
Yeah, I will.
Before you
Just
start,
in a moment.
Mr. S.A. Awusanya, can you please grade Lukman for us? I've sent you the grading profile through the chat. Can you please just send in the grades for us, please? Thank you.
Hello, please, my slide visible?
No, we can't see your slides.
Okay. How about now?
We still can't see it, Abdurrahman. Okay, now we can see it.
Okay. Let me just. So as I said, I'm Abdurrahman Alfa. I'll be taking you through the topic: is money is it the best way to motivate an employee in our contemporary society? So I just thought of this topic being an important because at every level in our society, we could either be an employee or we'll be an employer of labor. So does money is trying to share light about. So basically, I just want to use like a minute to get to one or two people's view of what motivates them, please. From the audience, anybody that can just help me out.
Yeah,
for me,
it's the end goal. It's the end goal for me.
Okay. So the end goal, does it seem to be either the incentive from the money aspect or what?
And not particularly, it's just the achievements or the feeling behind the end goal.
For me, it's the money.
So any other person?
Okay, you really
It's the
had
money.
to.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
deep.
for me, it's the money. It's the money.
Okay, okay. So yeah, thank you all for the feedback, please. So yeah, I think I got two people's perspective that were different a bit. So let me just continue. So in the definition of money from Investopedia, it said money is an economic unit that functions as a general recognized medium of traditional proposal in the economy. So this is money. Money is something that you use to make exchange in any, you use it to get commodity or anything. So then now let's go to the motivation applied. So motivation is just like like a driving force, willingness or goal. These needs are wants or desire may be acquired through influence of culture, social lifestyle, or maybe general in it. So basically, invest motivation just has to do with what actually moves one from what is like the way our moderator said that it was like the end goal. Why Ike said it's the money. So motivation is not like an incentive, what an individual always feels the degree of which individual commits effort to achieving a goal that perceive as being meaningful or worthwhile. That's Johnson and Johnson's definition 2003 also. So we'll go to the type of motivation. Motivation broadly has been classified into two, that's instinctive and extrinsic. Instinctive has to do with the personal goal, the innate interest of the individual, so of the employee per se. So these has to do with the autonomy, in the sense that the person being either is being given an authority, maybe the authoritativeness of the job, maybe there's an aspect that said authoritativeness of the job, then being belonging, the employees are being taken along, curiosity, love, learning, misery, and meaning. So, and the extrinsic has to do with like the outside goal that motivate people that goal star actually an important motivator for an employee. However, it is controversy. It is a controversy to say that money is the primary motivator. Why so? This is a discussion that has been put into perspective to find answers. So basically, economic management scholars have had perspective towards money being the primary motivators from the school field that is traditional carrot and stick method of motivation still work today. The carrot has been the money and the stick has been taken in the
Abdurrahman, you keep going and going off, coming on, and I don't know.
So I think, Rahman, you can stop using your videos just to
Yeah.
improve the connection.
Yeah. Rahman, do you think if I shared your slides from my hand, it might make your connection better? Because apparently I don't want you to lose marks for people not hearing you, to be difficult to grade you if we can't hear you. Okay, while Rahman sorts out whatever, is Nora here? I don't think she's there, is she?
Hello, are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm saying that. Do you think if I share your screen for your slides for you, do you think it's going to make your connection better?
No, I think no, it won't. I'm kind of it won't.
Okay.
It was in network and it started just some minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
So a study from Tyler and Adam Spitz had let me just continue. Okay, Tyler and Adam Smith had the view that money
Abdurrahman,
is
could
a
you please
primary
start again?
motivator to employee in the sense that they feel as if they had okay. So I was saying, I was taking my topic is money is a temporary society, where I gave the for them. One of the audience said that is just the end goal, and the other one said the IT said is money. So and I took them around and I said, what's the definition of money? Money is an economic unit that functions as a general recognition of medium of exchange for traditional purpose in an economy. This is a definition from Wikipedia. So money is just like it's a medium, is a commodity that is used for a medium of exchange. Money is of different categories. So now what's now motivation? Motivation is a driving force of action, willingness, and goal. Motivation is just simply to put like motivation is something that is not like a personal something. It could be personal, internal, or external. Anything that drives you towards your achieving your goals could be motivation. So Johnson and Johnson define motivation can be defined as a degree to which individual commit effort to achieving goals. Here they are making emphasis to effort. Effort in the sense that this might not be only incentive towards, this might not be monetary incentive, or this do more with non-monetary incentive, effort. When one puts effort to achieving goals that are precise as being meaningful and worthwhile. So type of motivation, we have the intrinsic and the extensive. Why the extensive has to do with the outside variables or outside, they are outside variables. The intensive are one of the things that autonomy, belongingness, curiosity, love, learning, misery, and meaning. Why the intensive has to do with by something that come from the outside forces, competition, where there's competition within the work environment, fear of failure, fear of punishment, gold star, money, point, and reward. These are the two categories of motivation, and these are things under them. So now the question is money the most important source of motivation? So money is actually an important motivator for an employee. However, it is controversies that money is not. It is a controversy to say that money is a primary motivator. Why? It is a discussion that has been put into perspective to find answers. These are the debate has been long, and it has been in with our management scholars from the classical, from the behavioral, and from the Adam Smith, the Abraham Maslow School of Thought also. So the classical viewpoint, this was propounded by Tyler and Adam Smith that said money, that said is just like the traditional carrot and stick method of motivation, which still works today. The carrot has been the money and the stick has been in the form of physical and financial or societal punishment. The study found that the lower the income, the higher the stress level, in the sense that if you're at the bottom level of the hierarchy of employment, it tends to have burden with standard of living. You have burdens of expenses, but while you are at the top, the stress level is to be minimal. So the behavioral school of thought also, that's Mayo and his back, they were of the perspective that money is not a primary motivator, in the sense that money is not the primary motivator for employment, but it is essential to meet the basic needs. Basic needs in the sense that basic need has to do with our safety needs, has to do with our belongingness needs, and has to do with our physical needs, that has to do with like shelter and the rest. Money could solve that. But when we talk about self-actualization, self-esteem, I think money don't get to that extent. It has to do with the mindset of the individual. If psychology and safety and social need are covered with money or alternative method, then A non-financial reward strategy is necessary to stimulate the self-esteem and actualization. That was what the point I was making. So the Maslow hierarchy of need was just, let me just use this to make emphasis to the behavioral school of thought. It said the psychological need, that's the air, water, food, shelter, money can serve as a motivator to someone that is at this level of employee. Why safety need, personal security, employees, resources, health, and properties can also be satisfied by money. Love and belongingness, friendship, under friendship, family, these are things money could solve to some extent. But when we talk about self-esteem, self-actualization, respect, status, recognition, strength, freedom, these are things that has to do with oneself. Which means that these are things that are not actualized, that are not money can do. So the other incentive that money can, other than money, is like growth in the sense that one will want to be something in life, one will want to get to a certain level. Recognition, some people can just be motivated by the recognition attached to their employment. Responsibility, in the sense that what the work brings, the challenges of the work also can be something that will motivate someone. They can't just be incentivized, motivated by just like the tag that said, if you're a good employee, maybe they will sponsor education. These are things that can also motivate an employee also. So in conclusion, facts that there are little evidence to show that money motivates us, and a great deal of evidence to suggest that it actually demotivates us. Support the idea that there may be hidden costs associated with reward. Of course, it doesn't mean that you should work for free. This is definitely a point that I want to make emphasis. Yeah, money could not just be a motivator, but still, this will not be like, not like a scenario of people working an internship for free. I don't say it's like, yeah, the experience matters, but experience could be a motivator, but it also means that, yeah, you should always have monetary value. To yourself. And also, as anyone said, money does not make us, but so you see, this is someone that money is a general pinnacle capable of compensating for all other organization problems. Money can be motivator, but not the exclusion of other factors stimulating the job itself. These are also points that make that money is not just the primary motivator. So on a final note, I want to recommend these books. These are books that talks about motivation, where the 5-second rule. This is a book I will recommend because it's a book that will reduce the issue of procrastination. It's a book that personally changed my mindset. Also, it's a book I will recommend. And The Magic of Thinking Big. This is a book that, yeah, I always tell my junior ones that when you think big, you act big, and you do things big, you always see big things come your way. These are also personal something that, yeah. And from this book, this is a book I've read that, yeah, I know if someone have not read this book, this is a book that I will recommend. And also The Mindset. This is one of the books I read earlier this year that has changed my life, and that's so. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Abdurrahman. You went a bit tired of overtime, but it was a good presentation. Thank you very much, and thanks for the recommendation. I, for one, I've read two of the books, and they are great ones. I'd work on reading the third one. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for the hard work and everything. Okay, I'm going to give the mentors 3 minutes to send in their grades. Please send in your grades for Abdurrahman, while Nora prepares for our presentation. Do we have Nora here?
Yeah,
Okay. Do you want me to share your slides, or you want to share
yes,
yours?
please.
Okay. All right. While I prepare for your slides, I'm going to give the mentors some minutes to send in their presentation.
Okay.
Okay. Dewale, are you ready for Nora? Are you ready? Yeah. Okay, Nora, you can begin.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you well.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. All protocols duly observed. My name is Nora Uchenna Osai. I'm a 300 level student of Ahmadu Bello University from the Department of Sociology. And I'll be speaking on the topic motivation, a tool for enhancing greater performance. Next slide, please. Motivation is a catalyst that is very important in achieving something. If you are not motivated enough to achieve something, you end up not doing that thing or giving up completely. As a child, I had many big dreams, one of which was becoming a chartered accountant someday. But I could not achieve that dream because there was no one or nothing to motivate me as at then. Today, in our world, I believe that motivation is a weapon decorated with pure magic to heal the bleeding hearts of men, as life itself is a constant battlefield where we have to endure to survive. Motivation in itself points out something about us, something unique, something special. Motivation gives us a sense of purpose. It enhances our well-being and improves our performances in all walks of life. Next slide, please. Before I proceed, do you think that failure has significance? I have a question for my audience. Is there anyone at all that has experienced failure? If yes, how did you feel and what was your resolution? Please, in just a few seconds, anyone?
Yes, I have.
Yes. Okay. Wait for her. Wait for her.
No, Musa, you can. Lukman, you can go ahead.
All right. Yeah. So I've experienced a failure several times, and I actually saw it as a stepping stone because after I failed, I looked at what the mistakes that I committed that made me fail, and I built upon that mistakes, to become a better version of myself.
Thank you. Okay, anyone else? Quickly.
Yes, I said yes, I have, and I, I, I decided to get back on track. Yes, I gave myself time to heal, to feel the pain, and then afterwards I decided to get back on track and believe that this is just a learning process and I can do better.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, quickly, in the words of Brian Tracy, he said something. Failure is a prerequisite for success. Now, I'm not saying that you must fail first before you succeed. No, I'm trying to say that there is something about failure. Failure teaches us something. Now, if you look at the lives of great men and women and the likes of Henry Ford, Abraham Lincoln, J.K. Rowling, you see, they've walked in the past part of failure and it has taught them something. Personally, I've learned a lot from failure, one of which is inner security. Something happened a few years ago. There was a particular quiz competition. And before then, we're supposed to have a coach class. And the first class, the coach looked at me and said, of what use is she? Now, it's really got me depressed because he didn't know me. We've never met before. But then he just concluded negatively. Why? I could not tell. But in the long run, it affected my performance. But then someone told me something. He said, why don't you use this as an opportunity to prove this man wrong and tell him that you're far better than what he thinks? And at the end of the whole coaching season, I was among the two people who represented my province and we came out top. Now, failure helps you to look back to that part of you that has been forgotten and brings out the positivity in you. Secondly, Failure keeps you determined. If you failed before, when you're rising again, you're more focused. No matter the obstacles you see, because you see the target, you're heading there. It gives you a strong will to move on. It gives you that ability to see only your goal and not the obstacle. Failure also remove unworthy friends from you. I see that there are some friends whose price are far above the price of rubies. In your thick and thin, they're there with you. They motivate you. They want you to rise. They believe in you. These are the kind of friends that failure keeps and protects for you. Next slide, please. Quickly, motivation, how can it enhance greater performance? Next slide, please. We have motivation affects determination. Next slide. Motivation affects determination. Now, if I walk up to you and say, wow, you did a great job. Oh my God, I believe in you. I just knew there was something unique about you. Now, there is a different spirit that comes upon this person entirely because of the motivation. Now, this person is willing to exert all his effort and energy into accomplishing another task. No matter how difficult it is, that person is determined because there was a lifting in his spirit. Next slide, please. Another thing motivation does is it keeps you going. Motivation keeps you going. It doesn't allow you to see the obstacles around you. Early this year, I had a particular target. And in the course of the year, it was already looking very terrible. But someone said, is it really worth it? If it's worth it, look at the goal, look at the target. And just last month, I achieved that target because it kept me going. That motivation made me persistent. Next slide, please. Another thing motivation does is it increases your quality of result. In the book John Maxwell wrote, Be a People Person, he said, I am yet to find a person, whatever his or her station in life, who did not perform better under the spirit of motivation than under criticism. Yes, today, there are a lot of criticism in the world. We don't need critics anymore. We need somebody to motivate us. We need cheerleaders. There's nobody who under criticism would deliver. But if he or she is motivated, that person stops at nothing to bring perfect and high quality result. Next slide, please. For over 12 years of my life, I struggled with low self-confidence, low self-esteem, inferiority complex, name them, packed all in one. And that's because a few people didn't believe in me. A few people felt there was nothing good about me and all of that. But then when someone said to me, Nora, I believe in you. I see something that you are not seeing. And from that very moment, I began to think positively about myself. I erased every self-doubt I had from the beginning. I started reading self-development books. The ones, one of the books I like is this Be a People's Person. John Maxwell did justice to it. And then some of the books Brian Tracy wrote. These books helped me, and people, my friends, also helped me. That confidence gradually crept back into my life. Next slide, please. In those days, then, I used to see challenges as one of the biggest problems anybody can have. But later on, I understand that challenges are stepping stones. Challenges build bridges for you that helps you cross over to your goal. Challenges build fences for you. It wants to test how patient you are, how persistent you are to attaining that goal. So challenges are not just challenges. See them as stepping stones to your greater height. And trust me, you will deliver beyond measure. Next slide, please. In conclusion, in the words of Brad Sugars, he said, words can inspire, thoughts can provoke, but only action truly brings you closer to your dreams. The truth is, we can talk about motivation like for a decade, but if you as an individual do not stand up, motivate yourself, believe in yourself, the truth is your dreams will only remain mere dreams. So action is the best. Next slide. Yeah, thank you very much for listening.
Thank you very much, Nora. Your voice is so therapeutic.
Sorry.
your voice in my heart. I feel like crying after your motivational speaking. Thank you very much for that. Thank you for the.
And sorry to chip in, because of this, because of what I went through, like for over 12 years of my life. Last year, December, I added motivational speaking to my bio because I felt there are a lot of people like me who need to change their mindset as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Like I feel so motivated after listening to you. Oh my goodness, and you have a good voice. Thank you very much for the presentation. Okay, we've I saw something in you. Oh God. Oh my goodness. You should see Ridwan's feedback. Thank you very much, guys. It was. Everybody did wonderfully well. Thank you so much, guys. Like I'm so impressed and I'm super excited about what you guys have done. Number one thing I want to say is that, and one of the things that helps you when if you are a student and you're going for an exam is first you need to read about your examiners, know what they, and this is for people that will be going into the next stage, know what they like to see, know what they want. And for me, for the presentation that everyone that has presented tonight, the people that I feel that actually know what I want. I don't know about the remaining mentors, but the people that I see that actually know what I want. You know, was number one Lukman, I was number two Nora. It's like they actually know what I want to see in a presentation, and they gave it to me. And to be honest, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And this doesn't mean that the other people didn't do, but just for me, it was for me. I love when a presentation has evidence, when it's evidence based, when I could see your references and I could see that you did your research about it. And I love that about your presentation. Okay. I'm just saying this so that people that will be moving into the next stage can go and actually research into what the mentors want to see in their presentation. And this will help you fly. This will actually help you with your marks as well. You know, when a presenter, when a mentor sees what they want to see, to be honest, they just ignore your flaws because they have already seen what they want to see in your presentation. So, and you know, that's the way it works in real life also. When you catch people, you attract them by what is like a trick, and it opens door for you. Thank you very much for all the presentation today. And I want to thank all mentors for their presents, for their gradings. Thank you guys for your feedback. We really appreciate you guys for everything. Okay, I'm going to allow Dewale take over the mic so he can. But before then, can we have general feedbacks from all the mentors, please? I don't want to start calling out names, but I would like if people can volunteer to just give general feedbacks to everyone. And then you can also tell us your top, who did it best for you also. Okay, I think I'm going to call out names. Ridwan, let's start with you.
Yes. It was a very beautiful session today. Very inspiring topics and stories. I really enjoyed myself today, and the last presenter to made it very memorable. So I would say generally we've seen a lot of improvement with the quality of the slides. Slides have improved very much. There are some people I saw their slides last week, and I've noticed some improvement in their slides this week. So well done, guys, for that. Again, these are stories. So a lot of the stories were very inspiring, and then you know, we could connect with them, and then we could learn from some of the stories as well. Well done, guys, on that. Then a lot of composed presentation. I didn't see anybody that was nervous or that couldn't speak well or couldn't deliver that presentation very well. So it was really composed all around from all the presenters. Well done. Then on some occasions, some people, they had this controlled pitch of delivery, if you know what I mean. So there's a way you present something and then the audience is moved, and then there's a way you present it and then nobody feels the impact of what you're saying. So I see a lot of controlled tone of delivery, you know, to drive on the point. So which is credits to all those that spoke that way. Then another thing that was obvious all around is that there was research. A lot of research was put into your slides and your presentation. And then following the feedback that we gave last week on audience engagement, so about 3 people tried to engage the audience, and then they did it in a creative way. So well done on your creativity. So basically, I think for the overall, everybody's presentation was good. If anybody will not make it to the next round, it's not because you are not good, it's just that it was really tough, very competitive. And then, the margin between everybody may not be so wide, even the last three, but just take it as, thank God that today's topic is about motivation. So if you don't make it to the next level, it's not because you're not good enough. It's just that don't see it as a failure, just see it as a stepping stone to doing something greater. Then area of improvement that I see, I think I have just 2, basically across everybody, which is the slides. So I think even though the quality of slides have improved, so there are still some slides you see that are clumsy in the sense that sometimes you have unnecessary information, or maybe blurry image, or maybe the background color or the font, so just some minor mistakes like that could be improved on. Then finally, the other area of improvement will be on pronunciations. So I don't know how to pronounce every English word, and I don't think anybody knows how to do it. But what I would say is, if you have a presentation, you know your slides, you prepared your slides. If there are words you feel that you are not sure how it is pronounced, or you just need to confirm. So I would advise that you make those confirmations before your presentation, because when you speak well, it clearly adds to your delivery and your presentation. And if you don't speak well or don't pronounce some words well, it may take away from your presentation. So it's just something for everybody to note. But generally, it was very, very, very good presentation. I loved it, and I would say well done to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ridwan. Ridwan, just a quick one. Who would you say was your favorite this afternoon, rather?
Tough one. So I had okay. So I had 3 that were very, 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 very that were exceptional for me, and that was Azana, Lukman. I love Lukman Zone too. I mean, very straight to the point. Then Nora.
Thank you very much, Ridwan. Thank you so much. Okay, Julius, can you please give us your general feedback, and then let's know who did it for you this evening?
Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry I've not been very, very active. It's not my fault anyways. Ridwan has said a lot. The presenters have done a good job with their research. In short, Ridwan had said everything I had in mind. I enjoy Abdul Khalid Saliu presentation. He had a good use of lesson outline. Me coming that he always tells us what we have gained in each slide. And he has a very good pragmatic I enjoy that a lot about him. If we are dealing with motivation, the speakers have done well by relating their stories. For those that have related their story, I have a network distortion, but I could hear a bit of Nora and I could hear a bit of Azana. They related their story very well, and nothing motivates others than you telling your story to tell them that they can also do it. So to cut the long story short, everybody has done a good job, and Ridwan has said most of the things I need to say, so no need to repeat that. But for a take home, I really like Abdul Khalid presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Julius. Okay, Mr. Ese Awusonya, do you have any general feedbacks that you like to say, or contributions that can also help the mentees that will be moving to the next stage? And also, can you let us know who did it for you this evening? Mr. S.A. Awusonya, are you there? Okay, while we wait for him, Shubi, yeah, Shubi. Let's get your feedback, Shubi.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi. So yeah, I'm just going to so based on what Read One and the other mentor said, sorry, I didn't catch your name. You've basically said it all. I loved the slides. I loved the presentation. I think everyone did very well. One thing that stood out for me as well that was mentioned was using your case study as well as an example as well, because that actually will motivate other people, because it's not about just presenting, it's all about also saying, oh, I did this, I came across these challenges and I used them as a stepping stone in achieving, or setting me onto the next level, which is more like motivating you. So I think it's not just about presenting for presenting's sake as well. It's more like also encouraging others as well on the call. I also picked, I think I love most of the slides. I think there was probably one or so that the color combination was just I think that was just the issue. But generally, I think the slides were very nice. Straight to the point as well. I think I loved Lukman and Hassan. Is it Asana?
Yeah.
Am I right? Am I calling
yeah.
it right? Yeah, I think I like that presentation as well. The slides as well. Which other slide? Just trying to look through. There's one particular slide as well. But that doesn't mean that, I mean, others didn't do well. But yeah, it was very nice. I enjoyed it. And I also use that as well for, everyone is also here to learn, not just for presenting sake as well, because I kind of picked up some points as well, which I think will motivate me. Because I think Asana mentioned motivation from a different angle. There's some things that you can do, just to try and, see things from a different angle that will, motivate you as well. Everyone has whatever motivates them. It could be money, it could be anything, but sometimes some things that you might not think about might be the little thing that might just motivate you, see it from a different angle. So yeah.
Yes.
Well done, guys.
I think I like the fact that all the presenters came from different perspectives.
Different angles,
exactly.
Yeah, different
And
angles.
it was so interesting. It was so engaging to watch. I really I think this recording is one thing I would love to keep for a very long time.
Yeah, because I picked up points as well myself.
Yes,
it turns out to motivate. So yeah, well done, everybody.
Thank you very much, Shubomi. Mr. Ese Awusonya, are you ready for us now? Okay. Lami, do you have any contribution? Do you have anything you want to say as a mentor? Who made it for you tonight? Like, the reason why I'm asking mentors to just say who made it for them tonight is just so that we can know that we can go and dig into what was that person's strength. Why did this person make it for this person? And that's why I'm saying it's not just to make anybody feel bad or anything. It's just for you to know that, okay, I think this person had this thing as a strength and I can include it in my own presentation the next time. Like I said, we learn from each other, and there's nothing bad in you actually coming together and getting to know each other's strengths and adopting some of these things into your own personality as a person. You get okay. Oyelami.
Yeah, I think everyone actually did a great job. Even though I had to go off for some time, but the people that are listening to they actually did a great job, and I sent my feedback to Yusuf. So, but I think let me check the name again. Sorry, Nora. Yeah, she actually did a great job because I listened to her presentation and I felt.
Okay, Lame, we can't hear you. Anyways, the grades are in. I would hand over the mic to Dewali. Okay, Dewali.
Good evening, everyone. I've just been here really listening to. Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Yes,
Seems
we can hear you. We can hear you.
okay.
We can
Seems
hear
like
you.
All right, perfect. So yeah, I've just been listening to and watching all the slides, and I must say we are at this phase, we are at this stage where everything is really good. Like I'm seeing, great improvement from the last phase, which this is why we are here. This is the competition is not really about who comes first or whoever wins the competition. It's about seeing that development in people, and it's not just like we've said, it's not just about how you present, but how you design your slides, how you engage the audience. And I'm telling you that based on what I've seen so far, this is really a huge improvement. I'm seeing 10. I'm seeing mentors give 10 over 10. I'm seeing mentors give as much as 9, 10, all nines. So I must say, and it's really very close this time around, because we are this phase where everyone is putting their effort and their time into their presentations. And to be honest, for me personally, everyone did it for me. Aside we had some technical issues and the network, but everyone did it for me tonight, this evening, and which is why I want to say kudos to everyone that has presented today. Time has been fast spent. I'm just gonna say the result, and we can know the 6 participants are going into the next phase, and the 3 that unfortunately, as much as I really want everyone to stay in the competition, we still have to move on and we still have to take some people out, unfortunately. But you guys, all 9 participants, did really, really well. I must commend you for your efforts. Really good job, guys. I'm super proud of you. So here it goes. So we have Nora. Nora with 294. We have Asana with 288.5. We have Musa with 282.5. We have Lukman, 4th with 280. We have Khalid, 270.5. We have Abib with 269.5. We have Asiya with 255.5. Abdurrahman with 237, and we have Ibrahim with 200. Like I said, really tight, and unfortunately we'll have to let the last 3 go. Which are Asiya, Abdurrahman, and Ibrahim, sadly. But you guys did great, and we'll send the feedback to everyone anyway. You can see where you need to improve, and obviously there will be more opportunities to present, and you can see how much of improvement you've made over the competition, which is really interesting. So I want to commend you guys. Thank you so much, you guys. And
Okay, sorry.
Asiya,
Before you go on into commending them, can I just ask, what was the general weaknesses based on the criteria for judging?
right. So the last phase, we had the major one to be audience engagement, but I saw the difference today. I mean, I saw someone with the slides with a video. I can't remember the person, but I think that was Asana, wasn't it? yeah, with the video, and I'm like, okay, this you guys are taking it to the next level. And I was seeing a lot of questions by Khalid, Lukman, all asking questions of the audience to just quickly say something about the, their presentation, which is great to see. And I can say that the audience engagement skyrocketed in this space, because from the last one that we were seeing fives, fours and six, this one we were seeing tens and nines and sevens, which is a really great improvement. So I think the main weakness that I saw this phase was DC. The people got really low, which is delivery. Uh, I think, yeah, it was the delivery. So the people got really low scores. It wasn't low because everything was so close, but I'm just saying that the lowest was the delivery as well as the presentation slides, because some mentors actually gave feedbacks on the presentation slides that some were a bit clumsy somewhere, but everything was on the eye. But it's just that, when you compare DC, for instance, that's the delivery. And, when you compare it to the audience, again, it feels to me like people focus so much on the audience engagement that they didn't work as much on the other aspects. They focus so much on it that they were like, okay, this is my weakness, I need to focus on it, rather than also, while you are doing that, you also know that, okay, you have to keep up with your strength as well from the last session. But anyways, you guys did great everywhere, to all the DC, the AE, the presentation slides, and the overall performance was on the eye. It's just that at this point in the competition, it's very stiff, and we have so much of quality in it that we sadly have to still take people out. But you guys did really great.
Thank you very
So
much.
yeah, so we have six. I'll just announce again: Asana, Nora, Musa, Lukman, Khalid, and Habib. Congratulations again, and obviously congratulations to Asiya and Abdurrahman and Ibrahim for making it this far. Thank you so much. So the six participants that will be going, that will be going into the next phase, that will be presenting on the impact of COVID for next week. Don't forget to send your topics and your slides, and prepare again for it. So if you have any questions, if you can always contact any mentor, you can contact me, and then I'll let you know which mentor can help you with it. Regarding the topic, or just sending in your topic early for approval, so that if you have adjustments to make, you can quickly make it way before you start making your presentation slides. Again, you guys are going to get your data allowance, the six that have qualified for the next phase. So Khalid will reach out to you again for your data allowance as a congratulatory bonus. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you, mentors, as well. You guys, again, you guys did great. Wonderful feedbacks, on point feedbacks. I'm going to send the feedbacks to you. It just shows that the mentors are really digging into the presentation, and really reviewing those presentations, because mentors are sending things like, okay, he used rap instead of rap, in their presentations, and I'm like, you even spotted that one again. So mentors are really digging into your present. They are taking their time to really review it, so that they can give you constructive and very good feedbacks that you can use, not just in Daytopia, but you can use along the line in your career in your university. So I want to commend the mentors for being here. Thank you so much for your time as well. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
Yeah, sorry, before we round up, I just wanted to say this at this point, at this stage, at this time, please, the next for next week, there are some basic errors that obviously would not be nice when we start seeing it. Things like grammatical errors. Please read through your slides very well. And as much as possible, if you can, like Ridwan said, you probably work on your diction, it might also help. Just try as much as possible that when you're giving, when you are getting feedbacks, or when you are going to even be eliminated, if possible, it should be for a main thing, not small mistakes like grammatical errors and typo errors and all that. Okay, that's just what I wanted to say.
Oh, sure.
Okay, guys, thank you very much. We're going to be wrapping up today. We'll send you your feedbacks, and thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And to all those that didn't make it, thank you, Abdurrahman. It was nice having you on board. Asiya, it was nice having you on board. Ibrahim, it was nice having you on board. As in, like, I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you very much for coming in. Thank you. Well done, guys. Well done, well done, well done. All right, see you next week.